morning children. Welcome to our English class. Today we are going to read an interesting lesson from class 5. The name of the lesson is In Rhino Land. Okay, and it is part 1. In this video we are going to read part 1, section 1. In our next video we will see section 2. Okay, now in Rhino Land, it is a factual piece. What do you mean by factual, children? Based on facts, based on reality. Okay, now in part 1, what is the message of the lesson? Hunting is cruel, harms environment. We must protect flora and fauna. What do you mean by flora and fauna, children? Different species of animals and plants. Okay, and hunting is cruel. We must protect animals and plants. And who are the main characters in this part 1 of the lesson? Rhino, the mother rhino, Rhina, a young rhino, that is the daughter of a rhino. Okay, calf, and Junki is the rhino's friend. Okay, one of the rhinoceros. And what are the vital words in this part 1 of the lesson? Flora and fauna, plants and animal species. Puzzled means confused. Trickle means flow. Fascinating means interesting. Greedy means avaricious. Delighted, delightful means pleasant. Poachers means people who kill animals illegally in a forest. Marshland, an area of soft, wet land. Chaporis means elevated regions. Okay, these are the vital words which we find while reading the lesson in part 1. Okay, and what grammatical knowledge we gain from this lesson? What the grammar part they gave you in this lesson? About determiners. What are called as determiners in English grammar? Determiners, all these 4 are called as determiners. Okay, in earlier days, determiners are considered as part of adjectives. But now they got divided from adjectives and they are individually represented in grammar. And what are determiners? Articles, demonstratives, possessives and qualifiers are called as determiners in English grammar. What are articles? A and the. These 3 words are called as articles. And those are determiners. Demonstratives. What are demonstratives? The words which are used to point out, indicate a particular person of whom we are talking about. Say for example, this, that, these, those are come under demonstratives. What are possessives? Possessives are the words which are used to indicate ownership. Okay, some words such as our, your, its, their, her, his. These words come under possessives. What is a qualifier? Qualifier, okay, quantifier. What do you mean by a quantifier? Quantifier means the word which is used to indicate quantity of a thing. Okay, and for example, all, some, many, more, much. These words come under quantifier. Okay, now all these 4 come under determiners. These all 4 are called as determiners. Determiners are the words, all these words are used before a noun to specify quantity. Okay, so all these four are called as determiners. Okay, now let us see the lesson. Let us start the lesson now. Kaziranga National Park in Assam has the largest population of the greatest one-horned rhino in the world. Every year it attracts hundreds of tourists from around the world. In the passage below, a mother rhino and a young visitor tell us about their experiences in Kaziranga. So in the first part of the lesson, in Rhino Land, who is the narrator of the first part? The mother rhino. She starts the story. She narrates the story to us. Okay, in part 1, section 1. So, what are wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, children? Where animals are protected. Okay, in large barriers. They are protected and preserved by humans. Okay, the government has arranged some people to take care of the animals living in those wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. Okay, now in section 1, mother rhino is the narrator of our story. She narrates the story. She says the story to us. Okay, and see the rhino, mother rhino. Okay, mother rhino. Rhina is the calf, baby rhino of mother rhino, the daughter of mother rhino. And Junki is rhino's friend. So we will see these three characters in section 1. Okay. So Kaziranga National Park in Assam is very famous for variety of animals living in that park. And what is famous in those animals is one-horned rhino. Okay, and every year hundreds of tourists around the world come to Kaziranga National Park to see those one-horned rhinos. Okay, let's start the story. In the beginning of November, our home Kaziranga National Park has already seen the first trickle of tourists. What do you mean by trickle, children? Flow. The first flow of tourists. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am a lady rhino, or as the visitors call me, the greater one-horned rhinoceros. Okay, naturally I get a lot of attention from the visitors as I wander about. So you can see in the picture. You can see in the picture the lady rhino and its baby Rhina, the daughter of lady rhino. Okay, Rhina, both are wandering in the national park. Okay, you can see in this picture. And see in this picture how the visitors sitting on elephant and they are going around the park and they are looking at the one-horned rhinoceros. Okay, you can see in this picture. So here the rhino, the lady rhino, is introducing to the readers that she is the narrator of this section. And she says, I am a lady rhino. As the visitors call me, the greater one-horned rhinoceros. Naturally, she gets a lot of attention from the visitors. Why? Because of its one-horned. Okay, because of its one-horned head. The visitors look at it eagerly and curiously. Now that I have my little Rhina, she accompanies me everywhere. Rhina is my 1-year-old calf, the prettiest in the entire park. So why the rhino is calling its daughter as prettiest? See children, when mother talks about children, she always elevates the qualities of the children and she feels very happy telling about them. While speaking about them, she feels very happy and she praises the children in front of others. So in similar way, here the rhino is praising its daughter, that she is the prettiest of all the animals in the forest, in the park, in the national park. The visitors love her almost as much as I love her. I enjoy watching my daughter look at the jeeps and the elephants with a group of excited people on them. She is delighted by them and that is delightful for me. So looking at the visitors, the rhino, the daughter of Lady Rhino, feels very happy and she feels very delightful. So in similar way, looking at its daughter, the rhino also feels happy. As its daughter is happy, in turn she also feels happy. See children, when you are happy, mothers also will feel happy. Isn't it, Anna? So in same way, here the rhino, the mother rhino is feeling happy looking at its child feeling delightful. Okay. Now, the greatest one-horned rhinoceros is a mammal found mainly in northeast India. Why rhinoceros is called as a mammal, children? Mammal is an animal that doesn't lay eggs. It gives birth to babies. As humans give birth to babies, in similar way, rhinoceros also gives birth to babies. That's why it is called as a mammal. Okay. And it is found, the one-horned rhinoceros is found in the northeast India. I hear the tourist guide explain to the visitors. So who is guiding the tourist there? A guide, a person who gives the detailed explanation about the park to the tourist. He is called as a guide. Okay. He is right. We live in the grasslands at the foothills of the Himalayas. So usually the rhinoceros used to live in the foothills of the Himalayas. But later on, due to pollution and in the fear of hunters, the rhinoceros are becoming extinct. So the government brought them and they protected them in these national parks. Okay. But until some years ago, our home was not safe for us. Many of us were hunted for our unique horns. Human beings are so greedy. So here the mother rhino is telling to us that the human beings are very greedy and they are hunting us for horns. Okay, their horns are very valuable and they are very costly too. So the hunters used to hunt these rhinoceros for their horns. So they were becoming extinct. So the government felt that there is a need to protect these rhinos. So they brought them, whatever the remaining animals there lived in the forest, they brought them to these national parks and they protected them. Okay. Fortunately, today there are strong laws and safety measures in place to protect us, and I can see the change that this has made. There are more of us now, although we do not live together as a herd. What do you mean by herd, children? A group of animals. Okay, so though they won't live in a group in that park, they are able to see many of other rhinoceroses or small groups of mothers and their calves roaming, wandering in that national park. We sometimes exchange notes and discuss how relieved we are not have to worry about hunters and poachers. What do you mean by poachers, children? The people who hunt animals illegally in the forest. They are called as poachers. Okay, now when the rhino, the mother rhino, when she meets other rhinoceros in the park, she talks with them. Okay, exchange notes. They talk with them and they talk among themselves and they say that how relieved they are now because they are living in a beautiful park and they are protected by humans, and nobody can enter into the parks and they can hunt. So they are very safe in those national parks. Over the years, I have wandered around Kaziranga and I have seen that the park is varied and large. So who is I here, children? In this paragraph, I is Mother Rhino. See, Mother Rhino is saying that she has wandered. What do you mean by wandered? Walk around aimlessly. Okay. So she went around the park and she came to know that Kaziranga National Park is so beautiful and so variety of plants, animals are there, and it is a very large one. Okay, and especially love the tall elephant grass and the tropical forest. However, Rhina seems to enjoy walking in the marshland. So this mother rhino likes elephant grass and tropical forest. But what do this rhina, the daughter of mother rhino, likes? She likes marshland. What do you mean by marshland, children? Marshland, an area of soft wet land. So rhina likes soft wet land. Okay. Sometimes we walk into one of the four major rivers in our park. What are the major rivers in their park, and which is one of the most famous river in their park? It is Brahmaputra. The Brahmaputra water is cool and comfortable on a hot day. Okay, so it is winter. So November, the story started in the month of November, in the beginning of section 1. So she says, the lady rhino, the mother rhino says that in the month of November, the water in the Brahmaputra river is very cool and comfortable, okay, on a hot day. So it is winter now, but the afternoons are still very warm. I think Raina and I will take a little fun in the Brahmaputra today. So looking at the water in river Brahmaputra, Mother Rhino thought that she and her daughter Rhina can just go into the water and have fun for some time. But since she is only a year old, I will take her to a safe spot away from the place where the large animals gather. So she wanted to take in that Brahmaputra water, she wanted to take her daughter to a safe spot because she is still 1 year old. Okay, so she wanted to, Lady Rhino, Mother Rhino wanted to take care of her daughter. So what and all they find? At the moment, I can spot a wild boar. What do you mean by a boar? It is a male pig. Okay, and an Asiatic water buffalo. But otherwise, we are surrounded only by a hornbill. See children, this is hornbill. This bird is called as hornbill. Okay. So at the moment I can spot, so the mother rhino can see what and all animals roaming around the Brahmaputra river. A boar, which is a male pig, and Asiatic water buffalo, and we are surrounded, and rhino and its daughter are surrounded by some birds. What birds are they? Hornbills. Those birds are called as hornbills. And an Assam roofed turtle and a family of monitor lizards. So these and all animals and birds are there, surrounded by rhino. Surrounded by these rhino and her daughter Rhina are surrounded by these animals and birds. Okay. The river is lovely to wade. What do you mean by wade, children? W-A-D-E, swim. The river is lovely to swim, but it also reminds me of the endless rain and the floods of last year. So last year the park was completely flooded and the animals had to move from the park. More than 3/4 of the park was flooded and we had to rush outside the southern border. So they had to move away from that park due to floods. Several of us moved to higher regions yesterday that the Indian Army has now constructed raised sections or chaporis for us. What do you mean by chaporis, children? Elevated land, so that the animals can live on that land without the fear of floods. Okay, those chaporis are built by with the help of army, soldiers. Okay, I am so glad. So who is so glad now? Rhino. Mother Rhino is so glad, that so happy that we can be safe on the top of these chaporis if it rains too much this year. So they can live, even if it rains heavily, they can live happily without fear on those elevated regions. Those are called as chaporis, which are built with the help of army, soldiers. Raina will soon need to learn about the other animals that live with us in this park. But she is so bright and she can already recognize the tiger. So as Raina is very small, only 1 year old, she has to learn, it seems. So Mother Rhino is saying that Raina has to learn. She is still small. But she is so bright that she can already recognize the tiger, leopard, Bengal fox and Hoolock gibbon. What is Hoolock gibbon? Hoolock gibbon means a monkey. Okay, the name of a monkey. Did you know that the Hoolock gibbon is only ape living in India? So it is the only ape which is living in India. Once I showed Raina the Ganges dolphin in one of the rivers. So Mother Rhino showed Raina a Ganges dolphin, okay, in the river. She gets puzzled when she sees all the birds. So she gets puzzled. Who gets puzzled? Raina gets puzzled, looking at all the birds. She says the Dalmatian pelican and the Indian vulture and the black-bellied tern all look alike. Can you imagine that those birds are so different from one another? But she is learning. So looking at all the birds, Raina is saying that all the birds are looking the same. They are in same features. They are in same colors. But still Raina is learning. She is small. All the birds are different. They are different in color. They are different in features. Okay, but as Raina is small, she is still learning. I like watching little Raina splash in the water beside me, and I know that she will make friends here. She will grow up surrounded by open grasslands and the most fascinating flora and fauna. What do you mean by fascinating? Interesting. Flora and fauna, different species of animals and plants. So many forests. So the mother rhino is saying that Raina will grow in this beautiful environment, and she will look at all the varieties of animals and species. So many forests are being cut down else everywhere, where I am glad that she had a safe home here. I hope that like many of us, she too will learn to enjoy the friendship of humans. So when a tourist come and see those animals there in the park, the animals also become like they are used to. They are accustomed to seeing those tourists in the park. So they are making friendship with the humans. Okay, so Mother Rhino is saying that soon Raina will also become a good friend to these tourists, these humans. We'll continue section 2 in our next video, children. Thank you.